Hello, hello, and welcome back for the 250th episode spectacular as I, Perfidious Pete, continue my unending slog through the ceaseless quagmire that is XCOM, The Long War. And you may wonder why I don't sound more excited. I mean, 250 episodes, that's no small thing. It's a milestone of sorts, even if it is ultimately kind of a silly and unimportant one. It's still a bit of a milestone. And I'm not salty because I've managed to endure for this long, or even because I think our game is in a lose state. Honestly, I'm kind of hopeful about this one, and ultimately I think on a long enough timeline, we grind out the win in this campaign. It's going okay. But the reason I'm salty is because, for me at least, this episode marks a failure line. Way back 250 days ago, at the beginning of this run, I started with a stated goal of completing this playthrough in fewer episodes than my previous campaign in Build 13. And foolishly, I thought that perhaps the experience I gained in that campaign would translate into sort of a faster progression, quicker missions, and an overall streamlining of the process. And then my naive schoolboy hopes were crushed by the brutal reality that is Build 15. Build 15 Long War is fucking long. I was hoping to actually have this campaign finished by now and perhaps be most of the way through sort of an old school vanilla campaign on Impossible as just kind of a celebratory victory lap for funsies sort of nostalgia thing before XCOM 2 launches. And now, instead, I'm sort of wondering if I'm even going to be able to finish this run before XCOM 2 hits shelves. I mean, 250 episodes, man, and we don't even have a volunteer yet. Or the Illyrium we need to put together a team to clear the temple ship. And that's despite the fact that we've had more intercepts and opportunities in the same number of episodes. I actually went back and checked. 250 versus 250 episodes. 237 UFO intercepts so far in this one versus 216 intercepts in Build 13. And we've had more probably two-part episodes in this one than in the previous run as well. It's long. And this run is at least 40 game days, in game days calendar, by the way, but at least 40 days from completion, and that's at a minimum. I'm not really sure we're going to be able to make that work, because as of the day I'm recording this, there are exactly 40 days until XCOM 2 hits shelves. So if you want to date this episode, there you go. Feel free to do the math. But I'm beginning to wonder if maybe we can finish this one in time. Our side training has not gone fantastic. And I'd like to point out, too, the streamlining that I've done on this. We're completely throttled. And I don't mean throttled as in strangled. I mean throttled as in, like, you adjust the throttle on a vehicle to sort of control its speed. But we've been entirely throttled by this one on Illyrium, and I really feel like I have streamlined the Illyrium usage and process as much as possible, because think about this. I don't have a single mech trooper. None. If we had built even one mech trooper on this run-through, that's like an additional 1,000 Illyrium we would have needed to build a mech trooper and fully upgrade and equip and gear one mech suit for one mech. Think how much further behind we would be if we had a mech. We've completely, and by and large, ignored gene mods to make meld not an issue. I mean, I've done sort of everything I can think of to allow us to still progress in the game, and I'm just going to ignore this and let it land. But I've done everything I can think of to sort of progress in the game and also speed things along, and here we are, 238 UFOs in, and we're going to do a 32-man abduction mission? You gotta be fucking shitting me. Alright, well, 32. We've got heavy floaters, mechtoids, thin men, cyberdisk, drones, ethereals. Alright, well, this is probably should have shot that down kind of mission. On the plus side, this UFO did land. My fucking button is gone again, XCOM. God damn it, Build 15. Fucking fix the button. That's... Yeah, this episode's gonna have me feeling salty. I'm already not pleased with the way things are going, and then there's this, and... Alright then. I'm starting this one off in a bad spot. Please tell me that... never mind, I was going to say, please tell me that Atlas King is available, but that's not even going to happen. Marilyn Nembutal Marone. Okay, I mean, they're Marilyn Monroe. We don't even have a very good team here. This is going to... Okay. This is going to be an interesting mission. 32, including an ethereal. Alright, we're going to have to be real careful with how we handle this one. So we definitely got to have Mary Prometheus Shelley. We need the Mother of Monsters. I'm considering maybe taking 2 snipers on this. With the planes, we'll have ample opportunity. But I'd really like another double-shot sniper, and it doesn't look like we're going to have one. I mean, can we get one? If we take a look, who's coming back, like, in the near future? We have somebody who's coming back in, like, a couple hours. The D would be back in 8 hours. Is he it? 9 hours for the Duke. You know, I think I'll wait the 9 hours for John Wayne. In fact, I'm absolutely gonna wait to 9 hours for the Duke. That's fine. All right, there we go. Well, no, not Franklin Roosevelt. I want the Duke. John Wayne, please. There he is. All right, that's my boy. John Wayne, you my boy. I'm feeling, I mean, we haven't lost the campaign, but I sort of feel like I've lost the campaign because my stated goal, I really did want to beat this one quicker than 250 episodes. And at this point, I'm concerned that we may not be able to do it in like another 25. We may have to go, if 275 episodes really sort of feels like it would not be out of the question for this one to stretch to that length. That's real long, build 15. That's real long. And this is with streamlining too. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like maybe build 15, some of the, especially with no dynamic war sliders. We are playing, bear in mind, this is with the dynamic war slider set to 0. This is the longest war possible. And I understand that. But this, I guess, to me at least, this feels like the experience that the mod makers wanted. They wanted you to play it this way. This is the true long war. The dynamic war settings, I mean, they could shorten this dramatically by up to as much as 50%. But still, this feels like, to me at least, this is the long war. This is the experience they wanted you to have, and long war is too long, maybe? I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't even care. Let's just get a team together and go see if we can put this ethereal in the ground. Plasma Dragon, I'm just, I guess I'm a little despondent because I feel like I've not achieved one of the goals that I set for myself. Neuroregulator, Cognitive Enhancer, I mean, do you have mind control? You do. What are the odds that Marie the Baker Antoinette mind controls an ethereal? Shitty is the... She's not... No, I'm not... You know what? I'm not even going to try it. It's not even worth making an effort to have her try. It's also not really worth an effort to get her to try and cap her out on Psychic EXP by giving her a Neuroregulator. Because if we do that, I mean, she can't learn mind control anyway. We're thwarted, or rather the Rift, not mind control, but she can't learn the Rift because we don't have a mind controlled ethereal, and she's not going to be able to do it. Even with Psi Inspiration on this one, her willpower, base willpower is too low. If we had Vortex Armor, I might give it a whirl, but honestly, I don't want to kind of make my gunner be useless. If that makes sense, or at least less useful. Why did I give you a Mind Shield? Where the hell is my Neural Gun Link? That's all I want, Neural Gun Link. Put it on her. I don't want to reduce my gunner's usefulness anyway in order to try and take a desperation attempt at mind-controlling ethereal, which in all likelihood is ultimately going to fail anyway. So Neural Gun Link, Armor-Piercing Ammo, Shadow Device, let's get you sorted. We got dual snipers. We also need a scout, and I'm not going to be exceptionally picky here because I think we're probably going to wind up taking Mitch Pancakes Hedberg. He may be the only game in town. Yeah, I'm going to go for the psychically active scout here. So let's grab Pancakes, that's fine. Old Mitchie, he'll be able to get the job done. We've trusted him. He's delivered every time we've relied on him. I have no complaints about that, which Mitch Hedberg has brought to the project. Neuroregulator has no benefits. Cognitive Enhancer, no benefits for Pancakes. A Mind Shield is useful, so let's go ahead and give him... We'll go Mind Shield. Sort of our classic kind of shoot me build here. We'll go Mind Shield. We will go with the old Chameleon suit, and then we'll just toss a Shadow Device on him instead. Assuming I can find one. Shadow Device, there it is. Now let's get a medic into the mix. And again, medic doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. I wouldn't mind getting somebody with Psi Inspiration. If we could, that would be useful. What have you got? You have Mind Fray. I wouldn't mind getting a medic with Psi Inspiration. If we could track one down. Actually, is Bam Margera back? Because if Bam Margera is back, we're sending Bam Margera. Yeah, you know what? He does have Psi Inspiration, right? All right, we may not be able to mind control an ethereal, but we've got a non-zero chance of maybe pulling a little mind control on something else. Also, Bam could use the Psychic EXP and the regular EXP, so I'm going to forego a little bit of our total aggregate healing here in favor of bringing the Bam along. We can watch him kickflip his way to victory, potentially. Motion Tracker is good. Med Kit. Yes, and of course the Shadow Device, which is where, ... There we go. Got you sorted. What are we missing then? Sniper, gunner, scout, sniper. All right, so we got both of our fielders' choices. We got a medic, we got a scout. We need an engineer for certain. And on this one, literally anyone will do. They don't have to be psychically active because we've already got that covered. So I'm thinking Miyamoto Knife Man Musashi's going to be the man for the job on this one. We'll just load him up with just a complete entire truckload of grenades. We're going to give him a giant sack. Just here you go, Santa Claus style. Come at it. Here's your sack of grenades. Take one and get to work. Steve Irwin and Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah, it's Steve Irwin and Eleanor Roosevelt. You're goddamn right, mate. Got 32 aliens here on an abduction mission. This is some crazy bullshit. Steve Irwin ain't never seen anything like this, mate. Don't know what the hell's going on, but got a right good feeling you're gonna need the power of a Steve Loco Irwin on your side for this one, man. Or better go get me in there. I tend to agree with Steve's assessment of the situation, and I'm not gonna even consider dicking around with captures. At this point, we're sort of beyond the capture threshold, which seems like an amazingly strange thing to say. Capturing aliens in our last playthrough was, I mean, it was such a focus. Even late in the game, we were struggling to capture aliens, and at this point, we don't have the Elerium to make capturing them worthwhile, and I don't anticipate us ever actually getting the Elerium to make capturing them worthwhile. We're sort of in a position where it's not really going to matter. We have all of the alien weapons we're ever likely to need, as strange as that sounds. Maybe one more reflex cannon would be beneficial, but do I really want to delay the Temple Ship assault to try and pick up an extra reflex cannon? I'm not really sure that's going to be worthwhile in the grand scheme of things. Really not. Anyway, off we go. Let's go do this farce. An abduction mission on the plains map seems really weird. Is it because the ship landed? Is that what it is? Is this going to be like a landed large UFO? I'm confused. Operation Fading Serpent. It is, in fact, a landed large UFO. Alright, this is weird. This is a mission that we haven't really seen before. I'm sort of stoked.
Outside of a small town. We should move to secure the site and clear out any hostiles we can find.
Yeah, why don't you eat my Johnson, Bradford? You could eat my Bradford, Bradford. Bradford sausages, reminding you, eat Bradfords. Man, Bradford brand sausage. I would not eat that. Although I would assume it would be like whiskey smoked, so it might actually be pretty good. Bradford brand sausage. I mean, there's going to be liquor in it somewhere. You can guarantee. Probably juniper flavored or something. Bradford does like his gin. What map is this? What is this?
I read you, Big Sky. This was a landing, not a crash.
Yeah, where the hell did we come in, by the way? What the shit is going on here? We came in on the backside of the exploded UFO map, except it is not exploded. What the shit? This is phenomenally weird. Alright, well, I definitely hate this starting position, because as we look around, I see no cover. Literally none. This is a god-awful nightmare. This is trash. This is straight, and there are, of course, aliens right the... Yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is a good mission. I like this. It's not at all gonna suck every dick in a giant universe. Okay, so we know where there are aliens, and interestingly enough, I'm not gonna try and fight them. I mean, they're inside the ship, which is fine. If they were out here, we'd all be dead already. I do have a plan of attack for this particular map, and I'm gonna try and activate. Alright, so we've got enemies over there. I definitely don't want to activate them, so we want everybody to the rooftop. Alright. Again, we're coming at this one Santa Claus style, folks. Up on the rooftop, quick. We're coming down through the chimney like old Saint Nick. Get your asses up there, everybody, to the roof. Let's go. Make it happen. Rooftop action. Be like 8 tiny reindeer instead of 8 tiny XCOM soldiers. Come on, let's go. Everybody, keep going. Rooftop, let's do this. Move. Irwin, come on. What the hell, man? Get up there. John Wayne. I mean, we could have Mary Shelley and John Wayne fly, but I don't really want to waste...
Yes, sir.
At this point, I don't want to waste the sort of go juice. Let's just have him run.
Understood. Moving out.
We're not going to be doing anything this turn, and there is a pot of aliens over here. My default plan of attack for this particular map is sort of to come over here and draw everything out through the ship. I sort of try and funnel it into this death corridor over here. And I'm going to do that exactly again. It sounds like one of those pods is Exalt. So we got Mutons, Exalt, Silent Pod, which sort of suggests outsiders or possibly seekers.
Aye, aye, Commander.
We do... the good thing about this is if we can pull this off, this is going to be a massive amount of Elerium we'll get our hands on.
Will do.
We're going to get a lot. We need to know exactly where those units are. So we're gonna have a lot of jockeying for position here. This is gonna be like the early, I mean like the first furlong of a horse race. It's gonna be mostly all about position. It's the early part of Daytona 500. It's the first 475 laps. Nothing you actually want to watch because it's dull as shit. It's mostly about fuel conservation and saving your tires, and there's no dramatic crashes or wrecks or people slamming into each other. There's none of the classic stuff that people actually watch NASCAR for. It's just a lot of people driving in a circle. So prepare to watch me drive in a circle for a while. And then, you know, if you want to, fast forward ahead, tune in for the last 25 laps, which are the only laps anybody gives a shit about anyway. So there's definitely our ethereal. Alright, we know where the command pod is. It's downstairs and inside. Before we take any subsequent moves, I really feel like we're gonna need some motion trackering here. Please tell me I brought more than one motion tracker. If I brought only one motion tracker... Sometimes I hate myself. I'm not a smart man, and that was a remarkably stupid thing for even me to have done, and I am a remarkably stupid man. I mean, this is stupid even for me. This is dumb by my standards. Can I not stand in this tile? I really would like to stand in this particular tile. Nope, the game is just not gonna fucking let me be there. Nope, it's gonna, alright. So, no matter what I do, can't be in that tile. Actually, I can't seem to be anywhere left of here because it keeps trying to make me go down. Well, I guess we're running along the length of the ship then, because the game won't actually let me move where I want to. So, we're going to drag this out even more. Congratulations.
Moving out.
We got to lap 475, and then there was a fucking yellow flag, so now we're going to do another 15 laps under caution. It's going to be great. We're probably just going to finish this one under caution to make it as dull as fucking possible. Actually, I think NASCAR may have... I'm not a huge NASCAR fan, so if I'm wrong about this one, please, I mean, don't try and judge your NASCAR experience based on what I, a self-proclaimed idiot, know about NASCAR. But I'm pretty sure they have a rule now where races are not actually allowed to finish under caution, because people got real pissed off every time it happened. They're like, this is boring and dull. This isn't what I paid $1 billion a ticket for. NASCAR tickets are strikingly expensive. That's one thing I do know about NASCAR. Like, you wouldn't expect watching a bunch of people drive in a circle in a stadium capable of holding a ludicrous number of people would be that expensive, but they're actually considerably more expensive than you would expect. Well, at some point, we have to risk spawning a pod, right? So, I mean, if we're gonna take the risk, let's have Steve Irwin do it.
Enemies rolling up.
Well, that's a delightful thing to find starting right off. Brilliant. We got a whole shitload of Muton elites and no effective way to engage them whatsoever. So we can either start fighting now or we can run. We sort of have the drop on these guys, and I mean that, like, literally we have the drop on them. Everybody is so far away, though. Can we mind control one? Can Marie Antoinette actually get into a position where she can even see a guy? She can see one of those Muton elites. Nope. Alright then, so it's gonna have to be Shadow Device time. Let's commit. Mustache, you're gonna be the man dropping the... You don't have a device? Never mind, you're not gonna be the man dropping the device. Probably that's gonna be Mitch Pancakes Hedberg. And I really feel like this one is gonna be wasted. I do have to make sure it will cover everyone because we are on an inclined plane. And experience has taught me if there's one thing that the Long War, and specifically if XCOM hates, it's fucking inclined planes. XCOM despises inclined planes. It does not like them, even a little. Should we try and line up shots for Team Sniper? You know, honestly, no. They'll be able to shoot from here. It should be okay. Hedberg, don't do anything or everyone is dead. We've got to have you ready to fight, man. Tariq, are you going to be able to do any... Not really. We should just have you double move then. Let's get you into the heart of the pile. Mary Prometheus Shelley, we kind of want you in a sort of a similar position where you can, if you can't deliver anything this turn, and you're not going to be able to, we want you to be able to deliver next turn. I really don't like the fact that we're going to have to use a shadow device this early. It feels real shitty. Alright, Wolverine, if you can shoot from there, we'll have you stand there. If not, I may have you run again. Or you have shots at something at least. They're not good shots, but they're actually fucking terrible shots, but they are shots. Alright, Musashi, drop one of your vast assortments of grenades down here. If you can get a lot of cover destruction, that would be ideal. Other than that, just some damage is fine. It's 15, respectable. It's not amazing, but it'll do. 48%, Eleanor Roosevelt theoretically could get a kill here. I don't expect her to. So, of course, Eleanor exceeding my expectations, because that's what Eleanor Roosevelt is freaking all about. She loves exceeding Oh. I hate inclined planes. Please don't fuck this up, Mitch Hedberg. We're standing on a rooftop with literally no cover. If you dick this up, somebody is dead, or everyone is dead, because they'll throw a grenade at us. Alright, the entire team is invisible. This floater could be a problem if he flies up close enough to get himself close encounter. That would be bad. Utah Elite is falling back. No idea where that guy went. It's like over in this vicinity somewhere. So these guys are going to drop down. They're probably on Overwatch. He got close, but not... Ooh, okay. I don't know why that didn't trigger close encounters, but I'm sort of glad that it didn't. We have more guys running around over here. If we drop down, we're going to drop down into just an absolute world of shit. And we may still have to do it. Alright, well, none of them can see us, right? No. What if we mind control this floater? Right, we do not have a fantastic chance. We have a chance. If we mind control their only spotter and send him down, we can force the enemy to focus on him, and that buys us time. You know what? I think this is worth it. I'm gonna try this. So yeah, Psi Inspiration the enemy. That's brilliant. Did you use the ability, please? Thank you.
No retreat, no surrender.
So everybody's real super excited to be here. They're all real enthused now. I would love to move, but I can't. 79%. All right, if this doesn't work, we got to kill this guy. So Marie Antoinette, what do you got? Did you get him? All right, well, that's definitely not fantastic. That also puts it on cooldown for effectively an eternity. I would prefer to not have to have either of my snipers shoot here. Eleanor Roosevelt should be able to just shred this fucker, right? So he's dead. The enemy no longer has vision on us at all. I really think we should probably keep it that way. Hedberg, let's bring you down on the line. There's a Muton Elite that can see that tile and no others, huh? So that guy definitely has squad sight. I'd like to point out also that at no point during that run could we see that guy. We never got vision on him, but he somehow got to shoot at us. Yeah, it's welcome to the long war, I guess. So we're studying our weapon. Here comes a pod of cyber discs. Okay, so are those guys active then? Absolutely, because they overwatched. Here comes the drones. We're gonna get some Overwatch back at our foes. As long as we can keep killing everything to prevent them from spotting us, we might be better off to just sit on this roof. Nice Overwatch shot from John Wayne there. And this may sound ridiculous, but I sincerely think sitting on this roof might be our best option. What if we just sit up here and try and remain invulnerable? Will that strategy work? Why can't we actually see the enemy, more importantly? Double 71s. Either one hits, it's a dead man. Well, the first one missed, so it's a good thing we took the second shot. Drone goes down.
Eyes on, Commander.
You know, if nothing can see us, I don't see a whole lot of drawback to this. I'm just gonna do it. Mary Shelley, Overwatch. Saeed, Overwatch. Redbird, yeah. Let's just camp the rooftop for a minute. So I got shot by somebody who's invisible, literally. Okay, fantastic. A drone that could not see me, or that I could not see, somehow shot me, and we got hollow targeted and took 3 damage. Then missed an 81% shot, by the way, which is fucking brilliant, guys. Well, some nice combined fire kill there. So some of the Overwatch is paying dividends at least. If we get out of this only having taken 3 damage, I'll feel pretty good. I really don't just want to jump down here, because we have no idea we're going to be jumping into an unholy nightmare. There's like 1 trillion guys on this map now. We've actually, I think, triggered pod collapse. I'm fairly certain that pod collapse has already begun occurring. And the only thing that's keeping us safe is the fact that we're on an inclined plane, and for whatever reason, the enemies can't actually see us. Was that a double move? Nope. Somebody's fucked. Alright, well, Steve Irwin's immunities to criticals is paying big fucking dividends so far. 4 damage from Mitch Hedberg. Alright, well, we definitely can't stay up here then. This rooftop camping idea was bad in the extreme. There are too many weird... Why are we not getting close encounter shots here? That was a double move, so we got that going for us. There's a Seeker from nowhere. Regen biofield has triggered. We kind of need to get the hell out of here, but now we sort of can't abandon the rooftop, and the only unit that had a chance of bringing down that Cyberdisk now can't shoot at the fucking Cyberdisk. So, Roosevelt, you can't see these guys. The magic of the inclined plane, everyone. It'll be here all week. Make sure and tip your waiter. Inclined planes, everyone. Magic. XCOM. Line of sight. Thing that totally works.
Down.
So you're catching your breath. Can you still double tap shot? You can. You're just gonna have you have a 1% chance to hit that guy. Well, that's real awful. Alright. Well, so it looks like we're gonna be tossing our second shadow device, as much as I don't like it. Tariq, you can still cover everyone with this, right? No, do not reload. You can still cover everyone. Yes, alright. Well, we might as well have you shoot at what you can shoot at then. Alternatively, having Marie Antoinette on Overwatch would be good. Let's see if Musashi can kill the drone. This is a 62% chance at the Cyberdisk and can't see the fucking drone. Inclined planes make me supremely salty. What abilities does this guy have? Aggression, airborne, evasion, bombard, heat ammo, death blossom, damage control, and this thing's gonna be fucking unkillable. Alright, well, we're gonna start working it over. A 16 damage critical from the Duke is a hell of a start. That's some nice work, John Wayne. Maybe, just maybe, we can finish it off. 6 damage. If we double tap with our other sniper, Mary Shelley might be able to wreck it. Don't miss, Shelley. You did 2 damage, Shelley. So that's awful. Alright, well, Marie Antoinette, you're gonna shoot at this guy because you have nothing better to do with your time. Other than 18 damage. I mean, that's not insignificant. 16%. Musashi, 62? Well, I mean... Oh, there it is! Miyamoto Musashi delivers. Beautifully done, son. Dropped him like a hot rock. That guy's out of action. Steve Irwin is fucking just destroyed. Tariq Hedberger to use his shadow device. Mary Shelley. We're gonna put Shelley on Overwatch. No, she can't Overwatch. Oh, because she's on a double tap. Well, that's nothing to be done about that. Tariq can shadow device. He's the only one who can still do it, right? He is, in fact, the only one who can still do it. And as much as I'd love to heal Steve Irwin here, we have to shadow device. We don't have a choice. And I really hate the fact that I've already burned 2 of my shadow devices and have accomplished very little other than spawning a trillion pods. This feels bad. Like, our situation is completely fucked. I'm just gonna end my turn. I don't even want people on Overwatch because I don't want them revealing themselves. So we get another drone. It's just gonna try and spot. Some movement to our left. There's a ton of guys below us. We can hear them. It sounds like there's a bunch of Exalt troopers running around down there. We can't really afford to dash out there, though. Please, Mary Shelley, kill this thing. It's just a drone, Shelley. You can't even pick off a drone, Mary Shelley. You goddamn disappointment. Well, you might as well take your second shot, then. Go ahead and waste a double tap at it. Got him. So, Tariq, you gotta heal. Yeah, Steve Irwin, you gotta get him patched up. I don't know what you said, but I hope what you said was, you know, we probably didn't bring enough med kits, guys. We really shouldn't fucking stand here. Because if you said anything other than that, Tariq, I'm very disappointed in you and your understanding of tactics and strategy. Might as well have Steve Irwin reload. At some point, we're gonna have to jump off of this roof. Eventually, we're gonna have to get down. And it's gonna end in tragedy when we do, but we're still gonna have to do it. I do like our ability to use the inclined plane against the AI. It's nice to get a little fucking flipperoo, a little switcheroo on that. Normally the AI is using the inclined plane against us. This time we're taking advantage. I'm so worried about what I'm gonna find when we jump down.
Ready to rock.
Well, I'm not jumping down yet. Until everybody is, like, fully patched up and ready to kill, I am not getting off of this pillar of what appears to be, thus far, sort of a pillar of safety. And if I can, you know what? I'm gonna stay up here if I can. Until we get our mind control back. If we can just hang out here until Marie Antoinette's mind control comes back, I'm totally cool with that. I'll stay up here. Go ahead and reload, Marie Antoinette. If we can drop down and jack one of those Muton elites, I mean, that would be hugely beneficial. Put the Duke on Overwatch. Eleanor Roosevelt also on Overwatch. There's like a billion Mutons down. There's just gonna be an army of assholes just waiting down here. I don't want to jump into the middle of an army of assholes. I mean, if you're if you're on the other side, technically, I guess every army is an army of assholes. I mean, what army isn't an army of assholes if you're on the other team? It seems like every army would be like, man, those guys are a bunch of assholes. We need what? One more turn? One more turn. All right, well, Overwatch it is then. Well, I'll Overwatch around the horn as long as I'm not experiencing imminent death or destruction or even like any risk at all. I'll stay on this rooftop. I'm cool up here. I'm just gonna stay. Well, the entire team. This man should be dead. A 4 health Muton just got shot at by our whole team. You know what? I can't lie. That really felt good. That one felt real. It felt real good. That one felt real good. In fact, it felt so good. I'm gonna take a bit of a risk and try it again. That one really felt nice. Turning that one on the alien's head. Yeah, I felt good about that. That touched me in a naughty place. We're gonna do it again. All right, guys, come on. Oh, it's beautiful. We're just gonna sit up here and dome these fuckers. Man, our team sniper is really just sort of sitting back and fucking adding insult to injury with those late action kills there. They're just shooting up the corpses. They're kind of showing off, really. Well, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Fucking dance with the one that brung you, man. As long as you're riding a winning pony, you don't fucking get off of the winning horse. You ride it to the goddamn finish line, or you ride it till she loves you. You dance with the gal that brung you, even if she's not the hottest, dame. If she's kind enough to say yes and accompany you to the dance, you dance with her until the dance is over. Also, you treat her right, and maybe she'll treat you right at the end of the night. I am still not supremely encouraged to move. As strange as this may sound, I'm sort of comfortable where we're at. And if Miyamoto Knife Man Musashi can drop a grenade on these shit biscuits, which he can, I'm probably not going to move. Yeah, I don't see any really compelling reason here to not just drop a nice big fat grenade on these bastards' heads, destroy all of their cover, and then slowly murder them as they stand out in the open. I mean, one of them's already dead. Marie Antoinette, double 100%. Good enough for me. We are getting huge advantages to our connect percentages, by the way, by taking advantage of this sort of inclined... Well, not just the inclined plane. I mean, we always get the inclined plane, but we have elevated ground. You do get bonuses to hit for having elevation advantages over your enemies. Everyone's going to contribute nothing. Tariq can't actually see that guy. I am a little worried the enemy might be able to shoot at us. Let's have John Wayne drive one through this man's skull. This is guaranteed kill. That does pull the Duke off Overwatch, which I'm not hugely enthused about.
Down.
Eleanor, I like you right where you're at.
Covering now.
Shelly, you're on Overwatch. Tariq. You know what? I think in this case, we got a lot of enemies down there. Let's not do anything too terrifically stupid. I'm gonna throw a little smoke grenade here. Between the smoke grenade and the huge number of overlapping distortion fields that we've got, I'm fairly comfortable in our defense. Even if an enemy can see us and does get it. You have the willpower bonus one. I'm dumb. Yeah, that was... Okay, I keep forgetting that... I forgot that Tariq does not have dense smoke. Oh. Well, I think it's time to go, boys. We've overstayed our welcome.
I've got a visual.
On some thin men who also have leaping legs and can jump on the top of this roof. We pretty much need to get the fuck out of here. So Mary Shelley can see exactly that guy. All right, well, we got to jump down. We've ridden the pony as long as we could, and she finally bucked us. So you know what? It's time to go. Also, the ground is looking remarkably clear. Marie Antoinette, can you see that? You can. Can you get down and still see that, man? Is there a tile you can stand in on the ground? I can't tell now because this smoke is obscuring my vision of what tiles constitute a single move for you. I really can't tell any longer, like where you can be on a single move. I would love to have you try and mind control that guy. You know what? All right, we know there's a muton right here because we can't stand in that square. So there's got to be a guy there. So that's a single move. All right, let's jump down here with a little bit of reflex cannon action. Eleanor,
to position.
head on down. I'd prefer to mind control that guy if at all possible. What do we got? An Exalt Trooper? Well, that guy's just dead then. So Eleanor Roosevelt's gonna shred him like cheese on taco night. That's it. He's done. If I'm gonna mind control him, I don't really want to shoot him first. There's no reason to soften him up. Mary Shelley has shots at effectively nothing. Then again, this is like the only guy. This is the only enemy that's still around, right? Who had our motion tracker? Yeah, we've got the command pod, but they're over here. We've got what are a bunch of thin men down there? I mean, this guy's it. He's the last man in town. So, yeah, this should be totally safe then. He's not on Overwatch. Oh. Alright. We're just gonna have the Duke kick on flight mode then, and we can just step out here. This also gives us enhanced vision on the battlefield, and yeah, looks safe-ish. Erwin, Shelley, Mitch. I mean, we know there are thin men down there. Mitch treats half cover as a full cover, so let's jump Mitch down here. Also, this may be where we wrap up this episode. It's running a little bit long. Mitch will have a flank shot in the event that our mind control fails. Everybody has to get down, though. That's the thing. We got to have everybody on the ground at the end of this turn. And preferably also in cover. And Marie Antoinette needs to be able to see that muton. We can definitely kill it. If all we're interested in is killing it, we can absolutely make that happen. Tariq would need to move and also be able to Psi Inspiration, because we're going to need that to get the mind control to work. So let's have you jump down. Give me Marie Antoinette, please. Marie? Thank you. You can make it to the ground, and you should be able to get line of sight on that guy. We're going to drop you here. Death from above, Team XCOM. For once, using some of the terrible sort of built-in mechanical flaws in the well, not just the Long War, but in XCOM, the base game. For once, Perfidious Pete, old switcheroo, using it to my advantage. All right, let's see if we can get a mind control on this guy. Marie Antoinette. If this fails, you know what? We're not really out much. 59%. Not a fantastic shot of this one paying off. Ooh, we got lucky, though. Oh, we've already bucked the odds. That's right. Convert one to team. Awesome. All right, so Steve Irwin's just going to jump down then. And we will have him reload. You know, with Psi Inspire, Marie Antoinette...
I'm ready.
Just have the Duke reload. And we're probably going to do exactly... reload, actually, on our Roosevelt. And we're going to have Mary Shelley do just the exact same thing here. We'll kick on flight mode. Have her step off the edge of the ship. And she can just keep company with John Wayne. This will be fine. I'm totally fine with this. She can reload while she's at it. We got plenty of fuel left. Edberg, just Overwatch. And Musashi, why don't you reload? Alright, Team Alien, what do you got? I mean, you got one less dude, because he's on Team XCOM now. Probably one of those thin men that we left on the roof. Although, if those guys are coming down the rooftops, we should be able to see them with flying sniper action. One of them shot our muton. Yeah. Well, if he can shoot us, we should theoretically be able to shoot at him. No, of course we can't, because line of sight in this game is this thing that doesn't work. So let's go see if we can get line of sight then. We don't really care about leaving this guy standing out in the open. If the aliens kill him, what are we out? I mean, nothing. It costs us literally nothing. And... well, we've had some collateral damage to what I consider my patented preferred ambush spot that has dramatically reduced the effectiveness of its available cover. That being said, I'm still probably going to fall back to that location just because I'm not smart enough to think of a new way to do things.
Stepping off.
And I have no idea where these thin men are actually going to come at us from, so...
double back.
This really, to me, seems like the safest bet. I don't like... you know what, Marie Antoinette? Stay near the ship. Everything that's over here we already killed, so we shouldn't have to worry about running into or spawning any additional pods. Steve, Loco, Irwin we're going to need over in this vicinity eventually anyway. Steve on Overwatch. You know what? I'm not prone to overwatching with my snipers at all, but in this case I actually think it's the right move. In case those thin men try to come across the top of the ship, I would really rather have my snipers able to shoot at them. Non-zero chance they could on a hit one-shot kill a thin man. So it has advantages. No enemies still, huh? We're really clustered up around that tree, which is not ideal. Marie Antoinette, speaking of trees, let's go get you behind one. Irwin, you're going to be part of the team go in and activate what's remains of the aliens, so let's get you around here. Eleanor Roosevelt,
Headed there now.
you have a similar job. Team Sniper, let's have you fall back just a smidge. You're a little closer to the action than I might like. Hedberg, you're on Overwatch, not that it's going to do us any good. Musashi, same for you. Steve, Overwatch. John Wayne, why don't you steady your weapons since you moved? You can't Overwatch. Eleanor Roosevelt is going to Overwatch.
Aye, aye.
Our little Muton friend here is going to go try and find some enemies to kill him. We are running out of turns that we have this guy sort of at our service. He should be locating the enemy at any time now. Anytime, fella. Anytime. Can I stay in this square, please? Thank you. Is Eleanor Roosevelt slightly higher than the Duke? Or rather, is Mary Shelley slightly higher than the Duke? I mean, she may be. She smoked a lot of weed pre-mission, so she's probably, all things considered, slightly higher than the Duke. But
Quiet. Did you hear something?
yeah, it's still those thin men. This one's gonna take forever. Just go kill this Muton. I've got him over there mind-controlled. Shoot him. Don't pretend you're me and you're like, oh no, we're unwilling to shoot at the enemy. I mean, we don't want to kill our own friend. You're the aliens. You should not behave in that fashion. You should be willing to kill your friend. They're definitely not willing to kill their friend. Alright, I think this may be the last turn. We have Mr. Muton Elite. I mean, we can hurt him with him. We can have him walk up and shoot this man in the face. Yeah, it turns out there's a whole bunch of guys back here. Like, a whole bunch. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot you. And we got at least one kill out of him, so all things considered, a worthwhile in use of our time. Also, we managed to pull every single alien over to that part of the map, which again, feels like at least a slightly worthwhile use of our time. Steady, Overwatch, Hedberg. Let's get you to a little bit different position, Mitch. We may need a battle scanner down in that vicinity. Probably at the top of next episode. This may be it for this one. Marie Antoinette still keeping things on lockdown in the old mind control department. Now that we know there's a trillion guys over there also, it seems like the prudent move would be to get some reinforcements up in that direction. So we're going to have Eleanor Roosevelt and Steve Irwin shift position. Those guys are supremely fast, so even though this is a lot of ground to cover, they're going to dash over it like a Heisman Trophy winner on the run from the law after he stabbed his wife a whole bunch of times. Allegedly. Allegedly stabbed his wife a whole bunch of times. Alright, so we've lost control of our Muton friend. He's now back on Team Enemy. That's fine. This is actually where I'm going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see us exploit the power of the inclined plane on a regular basis, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of XCOM The Long War every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.